Hey there, cruise enthusiasts. Are you ready to learn how to score an affordable cabin or suite upgrade on your next Princess cruise? Well, get excited because today I'm revealing how you can use the Princess Upgrade program to bid on cabin and suite upgrades for your upcoming Princess cruise that could potentially save you a lot of money over published rates. And not only am I going to tell you the secrets to success, but I'm actually going to attempt to bid on an upgrade live on this video for an upcoming Princess cruise I have on the Discovery Princess in September. So if you're ready to learn how to cruise in style without breaking the bank, then stay tuned. Hi everyone, my name is Tim and my channel is called Tim at Sea. I'm a big fan of cruising, sometimes solo, sometimes with family or friends, and my goal with this channel is to just provide you with some tips, tricks, and other information to help you make the most of your cruise vacations. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Princess Upgrade program, which is a program designed to allow you to bid on cabin upgrades for upcoming cruises. So as time goes on and the date for your cruise draws near, the cruise lines are obviously trying to fill as many cabins as they possibly can. In some cases, it gets to be a day or two before the cruise and they still have some suites or they have larger cabins available, and they would rather offer this opportunity for you to bid on them and pay a little bit extra to upgrade to these cabins instead of them just being vacant. So that's where the Princess Upgrade program comes into play. So usually around 30 to 60 days before your cruise, you might see an email come through inviting you to bid on an upgrade. I've occasionally gotten these emails, sometimes I have, sometimes I haven't, but I can usually log into my cruise personalizer and I can see the option to bid right from in there. So if you haven't gotten an email, don't despair, you might still have the opportunity to do the bidding. This program is not exclusive to Princess. There's actually a lot of different cruise lines that offer these upgrade opportunities. So be sure to check your email and your cruise personalizer to see if you have the option. I actually used this upgrade program on a Norwegian cruise I took back in 2021. Obviously, this was right after the COVID restart, so there were a lot fewer cruisers actually going on the ships at that point. So it was a really good time to be trying the upgrade program, and I was able to upgrade to a Haven suite at a hugely discounted rate compared to the standard published rates. So that's how I learned that these programs existed. So my goal with this video is not only to show you how to actually place bids on cabin upgrades, but also give you some tips and tricks and other information to help you maximize your chances of success. So before you go in and actually start bidding on these cruise upgrades, it's important that you are aware of a few different things regarding the program. Firstly, all the prices are based on double occupancy. So if you're cruising solo like I do often, you're actually going to pay double what the price says when you place a bid. So if the bid is $1,200 for your upgrade, you're actually going to be billed $2,400 on your credit card if you are approved. Another important thing to note is that once you've placed your bids and the time to cancel or change them has passed, that you are stuck with whatever you get. So if you receive the upgrade, you will be placed in that room and your credit card will be charged. You do not have an opportunity to cancel it. You can't switch to a different room later, and you are basically given whatever they give you. So if being midship or on a certain side of the ship is something that's important to you, then you probably won't want to use this program because you will just get whatever they give you and you have to be happy with it. There are no refunds after you've placed the bids and the time has expired. You want to be sure to read the fine print to determine what's the last day you can make changes or cancellations on your bid requests, so that date doesn't pass and you're stuck with whatever you get. Also, it's important to keep an eye on the pricing, as if the cruise fares go up or down as time passes, you might want to adjust your bids accordingly. Obviously, there's quite a few different factors in determining whether or not you will be successful in this endeavor, so I'm just going to give you a few tips and tricks here to help you make the most of your bidding decisions. So first and foremost, it's important that you check the pricing of the cruise relative to what you're willing to bid. So let's say that you've decided on a balcony stateroom and that is what you have currently booked. You should compare the price of the balcony at the regular published rate with whatever room you're considering upgrading to get an idea of just how much it would cost you to upgrade yourself. So if your balcony cabin cost you $1,500 for your 2 passengers, and the suite that you would love to have but don't necessarily want to pay a lot more for is $6,000, then you know that you have $4,500 to play with. So in this case, maybe you would feel comfortable bidding up to $1,500, again considering double occupancy, so that would be $3,000 more. So you're basically splitting the difference between the $1,500 you've already paid and the $6,000 you would have to pay to upgrade to the suite. Another telltale sign that you might have success in bidding on an upgrade is if there are a lot of cabins available in your class that you're looking at. So if it's a week or two before your cruise and you see that there is still plenty of availability in a balcony stateroom, for example, and you have an interior cabin booked, then you are probably more likely to have success using those lower bid amounts than you would if there was only, say, 3 or 4 cabins remaining. It's also helpful if you're flexible in your travel plans to choose cruises that may not be quite as popular. So for example, I'm going to Alaska in September, which is kind of the end of the season. Obviously, most people prefer to go to Alaska in the summer months, June, July, and August, because the weather is typically better, and that's a big factor when you're doing an Alaskan cruise. So if you choose a time in May, April, or September when you're sort of off season, there's more likely to be cabin upgrades available, and you can tend to get those for lower bids. And my final bit of advice for this is to just have an open mind. Come up with a budget that you're willing to spend for this upgrade, but be in a headspace where you're okay whether it happens or not. Because again, these are crapshoots. You never really know if it's going to work out. So you just try it, you put in your bid, and you hope for the best. But if it doesn't happen, be ready to be happy with whatever you've got. If you're dead set on getting a certain cabin type or suite or whatever, and you won't be happy on that cruise if you don't get it, then you're better off just paying the extra money and booking it from the start. Okay, so we're actually ready to take out our credit cards and place some bids on some cabin upgrades. I'm going to walk you through the whole process on Princess, and we'll actually see if I can get an upgrade on my upcoming cruise. Before I do that though, I would just like to invite you to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button on this video if you find it helpful. I really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. And you're definitely not going to want to miss the follow-up video that I'm going to release that tells you whether or not I was successful in this upgrade attempt. So please hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we are on the Princess homepage and we're ready to log in and make some bids. So I've already logged into my account. If you haven't done so, please do that. From here, I'm going to manage my upcoming booking. Then I'm going to scroll down to this Plan Your Voyage and look for this Princess Upgrade tile. Now, if you don't see this in your cruise customizer, it may be that it's just a little bit too early in the process. Again, it usually appears between 30 and 60 days before you're sailing, so if you don't see it, it just might not be ready yet. Go ahead and click that to get started, and you're taken to this upgrade page that explains all the details of the upgrade program. You're definitely going to want to read through this carefully before you do any bidding. Once you've done that, click Get Started, and you're taken to a third-party site where you have to enter your last name and booking number. Now that you've entered that information, you're ready to start making some bids. But how are you supposed to know how much is a fair price to bid on any of these upgrades? Well, what I like to do is have a separate window open with the cruise details so I can compare the price of my room currently with whatever room I might be interested in upgrading. So in my case, I'm traveling solo on this trip and I have a mini suite booked mid-ship. So I'm going to price that out using the same options that I have so I know how much it is for the base price. So in this case, we can see that a similar room to what I have booked would cost $2,633.87. So I've made a note of that, and now I'm going to check out what some of the other rooms that I could potentially upgrade to will cost. So I'm going to click on Suites here and take a look and see that we have a Vista Suite from $5,837, a couple of Penthouse Suite options, and an Owner Suite option. So I've gone ahead and priced all of these and created a small note that shows how much they are for each of these individual rooms after all taxes and port fees. So we can see that the mini suite I have booked is approximately $2,633.87. The smallest upgrade I can do is to a Vista Suite, which would cost $6,053.87. If I wanted to upgrade to a Penthouse Suite, it would be between $6,553.87 and $7,353.87. Or if I want the Owner Suite, it would be $7,753.87. So as we can see, a Vista Suite would be approximately $3,400 more than what I paid for the Mini Suite. A Penthouse Suite would be between $3,900 and $4,500 more, and an Owner Suite would be approximately $5,100 more. With this information in mind, I can now consider what I think to be a fair price to pay for these upgrades based on what it would cost if I just paid regular price. On the bidding page, we can see that the most luxurious suite available is the top choice, and scrolling down from here, we can see all of our other options down to the least expensive choice, which is the Club Class Mini Suite. A Club Class Mini Suite is going to be the same type of room I have, except I get Club Class amenities, which just means that I get to eat in a special restaurant, and I get a few other perks like priority boarding and things like that. Going up the list, I can see that there is a Vista Suite option, a Premium Suite, a couple of different Penthouse Suite options, the Owner Suite, and a Sky Suite. So the upgrade page will show you every possible upgrade option there is on the ship, whether or not there is actually availability. So you could bid on these, and if there was a last minute cancellation, you might get it, but otherwise it's already booked, so the chances of you getting it are pretty slim. So now that I've done a little bit of pricing research, I feel like I can confidently place a bid. So in this case, a Mini Suite was $2,633, the Vista Suite is $6,053, approximately $3,400 more. So let's say I would really like a Vista Suite, but I'm only willing to pay about $2,000 more than what I paid for my Mini Suite. So in this case, I would scroll this offer for the Vista Suite to $1,000, and then I would pay $2,000 based on double occupancy. And that would get me a nice upgrade at a price that's a lot less than I would pay if I just had to buy it outright. You might notice that the likelihood of success on this bid is pretty low, but I've definitely heard of a lot of people who have been successful in getting bids even at very close to the minimum levels. I would suggest going slightly above the minimum instead of just choosing the absolute minimum, because there's probably a lot of people that do that to just try to get it at the minimum price. So if we just go a little bit above, if that's your goal, then you would probably have a better chance of getting the bid. You can go through and bid on as many stateroom types as you like. You will obviously only be upgraded to one of them, so the more options you populate here, the more likely you are to get an upgrade. If you're not interested in a certain upgrade, you can leave it at no offer and continue to make offers on the other options. In my case, as much as I'd love to have a 1,500 square foot room, I can't really justify spending $7,000 extra on it, so I'm going to leave that at no offer. Once I've made all the bids that I'd like, I'm going to click continue, and it's just a matter of putting in your name and credit card information here, and you're all set. So that's all there is to it. We've placed our bids, we put in our credit card information. All that's left now to do is just wait. A day or two before your cruise departure, you'll get an email that tells you whether or not your bid was successful. If it was, your credit card will be billed immediately and you'll get your new room assignment. And if not, you'll be told that it was not successful, you won't be charged, and you will continue to travel on the stateroom you've already booked. The upgrade programs on these ships are a great way to potentially save some money on some big upgrades. So give them a try if you don't mind a little bit of flexibility on where you are on the ship or what type of room you have. It's a great way to experience a more luxurious cruise without breaking the bank, so give it a try. So now I'll turn it over to you. Have you ever placed a bid for an upgrade on any cruise line? Were you successful? How much did you bid and what type of room did you get? I get this question all the time from people watching my Norwegian videos about how much I bid for my upgrade to the Haven. So people are genuinely wanting to know this information. So please use the comments below to let us know your experience, whether it was with Princess or any other cruise line. If you have any questions or concerns about this bidding process, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it for you. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this video has been helpful. We'll see you in the next one.